Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. Right now I have morning voice, it is early morning, I do apologise but I needed to get up and start working on this as soon as possible because I have a lot to do in this episode. But right now I am a little bit of a hobo. Look at this, my armour has disappeared and I was in the Nether making my way over to the Blaze farm when I realised I had no armour on, which is really strange because I did have a full set of iron armour, so I don't know if I discovered some sort of bug there, but basically it all disappeared, which is really strange. So I put my diamond tools into a chest and now I've just got a load of derpy items on me, as you can see here. But anyway, this episode, what are we going to be doing? I'm going to be telling you in a moment, but first of all I have something important to announce. And also there is a building over here that has popped up out of nowhere, so we should go over there and have a look, see if they put down a sign, because there wasn't a sign last time and I don't know who's building it. Who is this? Oh, it's Unhost. Unhost is online. What's he doing down there? This must be his home then. Oh right, fence posts. Oh, that's interesting. And it's got a carpet above it, so when you're standing up here you're going to be elevated off the floor slightly. That's cool. This is a nice little building he's doing over here, which doesn't surprise me because Unhost done a really nice house on the spawn last time. So he's just standing under the ground here, AFK. Yep, and now I've taken... Sorry, no, now you've taken the block. Okay, well I'll just put cobblestone back on top. That was distracting. So this is Unhost's house, and I was saying something. Now, one other thing that I need to do, like Unhost needs to do with his house, is put down a sign. Maybe I could do that for him in a moment, but I put a sign on my building over here, and I was trying to think of what to call this. So I thought, well, whenever I'm working in the Hermitcraft village and I need a break, I need to get away, then I can come over here to my vacation home, which is on the other side of the street. But yeah, I put a sign on that at last. That took me forever. And so I'll probably go around and put a few more signs on my things. So then when people go around the village doing a little tour, just looking at buildings, they know what's what. So anyway, what are we going to be doing in this episode? Well, first of all, I have a mod installed right now. Hold your breath, it's nothing dangerous or cheaty. If I press F3, I now have a new F3 screen, and this was made by my friend Alex. Now, I know a lot of people are going to really like this because that covers way too much of your screen, and sometimes you just like to play and record with the coordinates on the screen, especially when you go caving. If you're recording, that's going to be ever so useful. If you die, you can just look at your footage, but having that big F3 screen taking up so much of your screen is kind of annoying. So he's simplified this and just put the basic coordinates there and the direction that you're facing, which is really cool, and I'm definitely going to be using this. And so the reason that we need the coordinates in this episode is because I'm going to be building a slime farm, which is probably no surprise because I put out a tutorial on that recently. And so when I made that tutorial, I kind of... this thing always happens with me lately because I tend to work alone on a lot of stuff. I've always liked working alone, but I'm starting to feel like I should work with other people more now because there's a few things that I made recently where I haven't had outside sort of opinions or feedback on what I'm doing to make me realise that I'm making a mistake. And so with the slime farm that I made, the mistake that I made was just way too many hoppers. It was a ridiculous amount of hoppers to build. Even if you had an iron farm, building a slime farm of that size, yeah, would take you a seriously long time. And I've had this cactus farm over here for ages now, and I've gotten quite a few comments from people saying, was the cactus farm so that I could build the slime farm? It wasn't, I just set this up, and it would certainly be useful for building a slime farm of that style. And you can see here we've almost got a full double chest. And it looks like someone's taken some out of that actually, because there's a little bit of cactus there that's been taken. So the slime farm. The deal with that is that basically I realised the slime's always going to jump in one direction, and if you just had a perimeter of cactus and you put hoppers in front of them, then they're going to walk into those and the drops are going to fall on the hoppers. Now, where I went wrong with the design was to stack it layer by layer and each layer using hoppers. That was really bad because what you can do is have a spawning platform. It doesn't matter how high up from the ground that is. The slimes are going to do their thing where they pick a direction and jump, and then they're going to jump off the edge and fall all the way down. So all that you actually needed was hoppers at the very bottom. Right, so let's take those. And so then after that I realised that, okay, so if we were to remove all of the hoppers on the layers above, then on the ones on the bottom there's a way we can remove even more hoppers, and that is to have corners on the edge of our platform. So let's say this is our platform, and then around the edge we have our cactus, which goes something like that. What I could have actually done is put a wall here, and then when the slimes come in this direction, they're going to hit the corner and they're just going to go to one side or the other, because I don't think you can actually get directly caught against the corner of this. You're always going to get pushed to one side or the other, which is pretty useful, because then that means we can cut off having hoppers in the corner here. Now since then I've changed my mind about using the cactus. What I've been thinking of doing is just having water at the bottom. So after the bottom platform there's just going to be a 3 deep pool of water, and then all of the slimes are going to jump off and fall into it, and then they're just going to drown in the water, and there'll be hoppers underneath, and that'll take all of their drops. Now this I think uses slightly more hoppers, so I might change my mind about that. But the thing is, if a slime falls all the way down and for some reason it changes its direction, it wants to go in the opposite direction, then that means you need to have cactus underneath your first spawning platform. So because of that I figured water would just be the best way, because as soon as they fall in, that's it, they're drowning, they're going to be turned into slime balls in no time at all. But we'll be doing some testing of course, because we're going to be building this. We'll find out what's the best thing to do. I can always change it if it turns out to be a bad idea. For what reason though I can't think of at the moment, and the only thing I think that needs to be done on this farm now is maybe find a way to reduce the amount of hoppers at the bottom, but I think we should talk about that a little bit more once we've got this thing built. So I've got my new F3 screen which I can leave on like I have at the moment, which is pretty cool, and so the slime chunk is going to be underneath this cobblestone block. That's actually why I put it there and started talking about the slime chunk when I came over here. So we're going to be building it right at spawn for everyone to use. And since it's here, I guess we could probably build a little staircase as well and have a little entrance from up here. So I need to go and dig underground and start figuring out where this slime chunk is going to be. Okay, so I started clearing out the slime chunk. Can you hear that? I can actually hear a slime. That is a very good sign. And look, it's sort of in the area where the slime chunk is. This would be it down here. So we've probably got the right slime chunk. I am using Admist, and I think I'll actually go and double check this. Oh, that was close, could have fallen into that before I go ahead and build all of this. But I had to change the location because it went into the half slab ravine. Now, I don't ever use that or plan to use it, but it kind of felt wrong to to damage that, because we'd have to go right through the middle of it. So now we are right in front of Corralices, and there's a little bit of space here to make an entrance, so that works out as well. We can have like a little staircase hut here, and it can lead down into the slime chunk. Now I've started hollowing this out, as you can see. I just wanted to do the top bit first of all, and straight away I realised I've made a mistake. If you have a look at my Y coordinate, I'm at 38. I don't know how I messed that up, but we need to clear it up to, I think, 43, because they're going to be able to spawn at level 40. So I need to dig a little bit above myself, but this isn't all of the digging that we're going to be doing, because this is the edges of the chunk. So if we go over here, you can see that's 0, 0, and the other corner is 15, 15. We also want to go 3 blocks in that direction on each side like that. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So let's just dig this back a little bit here so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. And then we're going to have this corner bit here that gets left in each corner. So we're digging a lot bigger area than just the chunk itself. I also need to dig up a few blocks before I do anything else next, but then we're going to start using some TNT, because that is going to probably be the quickest way to remove all of this all the way down to bedrock, because it's going to be a hell of a lot of digging to do. So the TNT is definitely going to help. Now I need to get a little bit prepared here, because I went and got myself equipped. I got some ladders, but I didn't get any armor, and I've been attacked by a couple of mobs and almost died already, so need to do that as well. But I think what I'll do is I'll dig away all of the edges on either side, and I'll go up 3 blocks as well, and then I'll get my TNT ready, and I'll be back with you in a moment. So this is definitely a slime chunk. These guys just spawned right before I started recording. And these are like pets, you know. You can give them a name tag and they'll just follow you around. Because they can't hurt you. But anyway, I've dug up by 3 blocks. I've dug in each direction by 3 as well. So these are going to be the spawning platforms. You can see the edge of the chunks by each corner. And the slimes are going to walk off the edge and fall down in this 3 block bit all the way down to the bottom where there'll be water. So one of the things that I want to do with this farm is keep it looking fairly nice. I don't like all of this dirt, and I know not anyone is really ever going to see this, so we're not going to invest too much time into making it look nice, but what we'll do is replace all of these other blocks with stone blocks as we go. So I've been getting tons of cobblestone from all the digging, and I got tons of blaze rods from going to the blaze farm. Do you know what? I'm going to kill you guys now. You're being annoying. Yeah, they wouldn't make very good pets, would they? They make too much noise. Yeah, so we're going to replace all of this with smooth stone as we go, so at least if you do come down here and have a look at it, it looks fairly clean and nice. But you probably won't ever see the slime farm because it's automatic, and all the items down at the bottom will probably be sent to the surface with an item elevator, so there'll just be a chest at the top where you can grab some slimes. Now you may have noticed that I have 6 levels. I died, I got creepered, I was standing over here, I was actually trying to do something at the same time. Well, I wasn't trying to do something, I was paying attention to something on the other screen, so I wasn't really doing anything. I was standing here and a creeper fell down from probably this cave right here, and it landed right in front of me, and it was so close to me the creeper head must have taken up as much of the screen as you can imagine. It scared the life out of me, so I pressed 1 to select my sword, I blocked, and it took all but 1 heart and it threw me off in this direction, and when I landed the full damage took the other heart. So, oh look, another creeper over there. It scared the life out of me, and I love it when a game can do that, when it can make you jump. It was really fun. Anyway, right, so we're going to head back up to the surface now because I need to grab some furnaces and blaze rods to make all of that smooth stone, and we're going to head over to Mumbo's farm and get some gunpowder because now we're going to be using TNT. I need to craft a lot of that. Now, I go over to Mumbo's quite a lot to get materials, and I feel a bit bad about it because he spent all that time building the mob spawner, and then it's very easy just to treat the stuff like it's free, so I've been making sure to spend some time over there doing some AFK farming, just whenever I can leave my computer on and I'm not playing Minecraft, I'll go over there and do that. So I'll definitely be doing some of that later today. Now I have a double chest of sand, so that is more than enough sand to make stacks and stacks of gunpowder, TNT. I also have some gunpowder over here, so I can use that as well. In fact, we will craft that straight away. I've got some inventory management to do here, so I'm going to grab some furnaces, blaze rods. Yeah, I'll get all of that set up and I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, the furnaces are going, they're making some smooth stone. I got myself some TNT, I made 4 stacks. I didn't even have to go over to Mumbo's farm because I had that chest full of gunpowder, although that was from his farm anyway. So we can start blowing this up. I just want to do some destruction on camera here, and then I'll do the rest of it off camera. I wanted to show you an idea for a technique that I have in mind to do this. It's not the most efficient, but I just kind of want to see how it's going to work out. So we're going to need some blocks, and we're going to go up like this, and then over by 1, and we've got some levers here, so we're going to activate that and just click that on there, let that fall down. The first one might break the lever. Nope, it didn't, and it hurt me a little bit. Okay, so down goes the second one. We're going to stand back here, and now we should be good just to stay here and let it fall all the way down. Let's put another one. And so I think this is going to be a pretty quick way of doing this. This will go down to bedrock in no time. Now there's going to be lava lakes at the bottom of this, I'm sure of it. Let's set off a couple at the same, well, not same time, but fairly quickly. So they kind of knock each other around a bit, that's cool. And now I really can't see the bottom. Oh no, there you go, that one's hit the bottom. Because there'll be a point where as it's falling, it'll actually explode before it hits the bottom. And when we get to that, we'll be wasting this. But if I do this in, let's say, just over there, maybe a couple in that direction. If I do this in several spots, we can actually remove most of this just by dropping down loads of TNT. And we're probably actually going to use more than 4 stacks to do all of this. Okay, that's still landing on the surface. I can just about make it out. And now you can see it's gone down further anyway. Let's throw another one directly after. It's still making its way down. I just want to do this until we see how far it can go and then figure out how far we are from bedrock, because this is a huge digging project and it's going to take a fair amount of time. So I want to know how much I can really get done with just the TNT. And we've already almost used half a stack already. There we go. I think that's about it now. No, it's still on the surface, I can see it. Let's just throw down a few more and then let's use up the rest of this stack. There's only 4 left to go. It still looks like, yeah, it's still landing on a surface down there. Okay, so that's definitely a lot faster than digging. Let's end a pearl down here and see our coordinates and put down a torch. Oh, we're at bedrock. Oh, do you know what? I might have blown up. Blown up. And there's slimes down here, that's good. I might have used a fair amount of that on the bedrock alone without realising it, so I'll have to check that next time. But there you go, we've hit bedrock. That was pretty quick. I can't even see the top. So I've got to get back up now. But yeah, a lot of TNT to be done now. Well, 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 TNT is a lot of fun, and this place looks like a right mess, and Red Eyes is online. I showed off his base in the last episode, and I got a couple of comments, people asking to see more of that because Red Eyes doesn't upload a lot of videos, and well, I'm glad I'm recording that, because there goes my good pick, and my good armour. No, not my good armour, just a good pick and a good shovel. Yeah. Anyway, I was saying about Red Eyes, he's off for the week. I think he's got a week off, so he might be uploading some videos, so look out for that. But oh dear, I really hate losing my diamond items. So I've just lost a pick and a shovel, but I guess we'll be enchanting some more soon. I guess I need to go back over to the Ender Farm and do some more enchanting as it is. Well, I was going to show you what all of that place will look like, so I'm just going to get myself re-equipped, see if I can salvage any items, and then I'll be back with you. That has got to be one of the most annoying way to lose items, into lava, because you know there's a very slim chance of getting them back. However, they might have gone outwards in that direction where there wasn't lava, so it's a good idea to go back and have a look. Now, I actually died when doing this, and the way that I died was quite weird, because I was standing on the ladder and I was trying to climb up it, and I think I pressed jump or something, and it didn't register the jump because I was on the ladder. And so it meant I just walked off the edge rather than jumping up onto the block above. That was actually in the time lapse, but I don't think you would have really noticed it because it was going at a high speed. Right, let's go over to there where it's a little bit safer because there's mobs down where we want to look for our items. Now he's got a bow. I'm pretty sure he's picked up the bow that I dropped. It'd be nicer if you had a pick because I want my pick back. Not too bothered about the shovel, they're a lot cheaper, but the pick, especially hard to get because it's efficiency 5, so I know that a few enchantments have gone into that. Whereas with a shovel, you just need efficiency 4 because that does the sand and the grass. So now we're down at the void fog level. Let's see. Okay, so we've got some wood and torches back, but no pick, of course. Some redstone, some bones and gravel. And over there, oh my god, don't push me in the lava. We have what look like arrows. Oh, flint and steel. So no pick, of course, anything but the pick or the armor. Maybe on that side. No, it looks like we lost it. Anyway, I have a water bucket, so let's just safe this up. Safe this up? That's terrible. Me and my English, hey, I'm terrible. Okay, that's a lot safer. And I'm pretty sure we lost the pick. Just want to make sure of that. So let's have a look at what we've done in here, which is kind of hard to do when you're standing in the void fog. Oh, I thought that was something else then. I thought that was a magma cream. I was like, what's that doing here? Okay, so let's head up. And we're up. And I also have some feather falling boots on. They also have protection as well, so that's good. Going to absorb a lot of damage. I had a little bit of trouble ender pearling around without those boots on before. Found myself like down to 1 or 2 hearts quite a few times. So we kind of covered most of this, as you can see over around here even. Over on this side, it looks like I missed a bit, but I can dig away all of that. And so I don't think this is going to take too long now, but I'm kind of expecting to fall down a lot. So my plan is to dig this all the way down and fill in the walls on all sides, go all the way down to the bottom, and then build the platforms leading all the way back up. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do this. Now there is a dungeon spawner over there. I think the spawner itself is on the other side of the area that we're using, and if it is on this side, I'll probably just leave it there and put some torches on it, and then if a slime lands on it, it will, jump off. But I don't want to destroy a spawner, even though we're building a slime farm here. So anyway, there is a lot of work to be done now, and I'll be back with you when all of that is finished. Finally it is finished. This has taken me a very long time, as I'm sure you can imagine. Got really slowed down towards the end though when I got to the lava lake, which is just around this area. I got over a stack of obsidian, I think a stack and a half in total. And I've literally just finished doing this. Now it's night time, so as I look around here, most of this is going to appear black, but it's smooth stone all the way up to the top. I'm just trying to look out for anything that I've missed, but I've been very careful, and I think I've gotten all of it. So the next thing for me to do now is actually to go and get some hoppers and start building the hopper and the drowner traps at the bottom. And as well as that, I've also got to build all of the platforms, which I think I'm just going to build out of stone bricks. That should be nice and simple. And I need some pumpkins as well, which I do not have to worry about because we've had these things running forever. And I think someone actually went over and emptied all of these chests recently. I'm not sure what they used them for. And this is Pungence's house, I do believe, because you see, Juicer's house disappeared the other day. I guess he asked if he could take Juicer's spot since he doesn't play on Hermitcraft anymore, and he's come and built this, which looks lovely. But he rendered it for a special video he did that I watched, and it's a really nice house. And when I say rendered, oh, it kind of looked complete from the other side. Yeah, when I say rendered, he had like a picture of it that he rendered into a 3D model and put over the top of some footage of Hermitcraft, so you could kind of see what it looked like in the game. But that is a really nice looking house, but yeah, obviously hasn't finished building it just yet. We were heading over here to look at pumpkins, that's what we were doing. Yeah, so someone raided these chests, and it looks like all the ones on this side are empty, and now they're filling up slowly. I'm not sure what's going on there. There might be, I forget how the water streams are, but it could be that they're not making their way over to this side, so it fills up very slowly, or someone raided them. And you can see here that loads of the melons have been raided as well. Yeah, I think something's not right here. There should be melons in there at least. But anyway, we've got plenty of pumpkins. We don't even have to worry about these, there's so many of them. And these things have been running for so long now, I'm pretty sure we could have had way more chests here and filled them all up. I mean, they've been full for a while, except someone's raided them. Anyway, we're going to need the pumpkins to make jack-o'-lanterns. That's what we're going to use for lighting. So we're not going to do that bit straight away. We're just going to build the platform at the bottom, the hoppers, and the drowning trap. So the next stage of this is now complete. We have our first spawning platform in place, and we have the hoppers on the outside. Now, I've done a little bit of maths here. I always like using maths, and Minecraft's one of those games where it becomes quite useful because you're doing construction and you can figure out how many quantities you need of each item. But anyway, this is 16 wide, so 3 times 16, because there's 3 rows of hoppers, 48, so I made 4 stacks. Well, not stacks, but 4. I guess they are a stack, it's just 64 is a full stack. So I made 4 stacks of 48 hoppers and placed these all in place. Now the way I've got it is the ones down the middle go straight in that direction, and all the ones on the side will point into the ones in the middle. And then underneath here there is a hopper there, so it goes round like that and then goes back on this side. So from this corner over here, the ones on either side go in opposite directions, and they lead all the way around to this corner here. Now this is going to be where we put our ladder, so we're going to have a chest for now. I'll probably build an item elevator at another time, and we will have a ladder over here leading back up to the surface. So I need to climb back up here now. Maybe we could put some glass in the corner here as well and have like a viewing platform of the spawn the slimes, which would be pretty cool. There is also this area down here. Now slimes can spawn in the light, but this is half slabs down the bottom, so we don't have to worry about that. And what we need to do next is fill this up with water source blocks, so that is why I brought all this ice. Now I think I can break all of these in one go, but what I'm actually going to do is just break the ones at the bottom first, which might be a little bit difficult. Okay, if I move to the right, almost got this, there we go, like that. So now it's all source blocks on the bottom, and thanks to the updates of Minecraft, this should create source blocks across the top as well. Come on, there we go. Yep, that's all source blocks, and then let's do the last of this. And I'm breaking the stone blocks, that's not good. But you can see it's all turning into source blocks here. So, once we do these last ones, there we go. So I need to do that on each side. Now nothing will be able to spawn down there because there's water, of course, whereas mobs can actually spawn on there at the moment. Now, a while ago I needed to go get some more hoppers because I miscalculated how many I was going to use. Remember I was saying I was doing the maths? Well, I forgot about the ones that go underneath the corner, so I took a trip back. When I came back down here, I didn't even think about it. I sort of drifted all the way to the bottom. I looked up, there was like a couple of creepers and a skeleton, and they'd all sort of spawned on the hoppers around the outside. But that was before I finished building this platform here in the middle. So I'm going to have to do something I don't like to do, which is to actually call it that for now, because I've really run out of time to keep playing. This has been a huge project, and I always like to get things finished in an episode. And you can see here we've got 3 platforms done so far. So hopefully there'll be some slime spawning and wandering off into edges and drowning, and we'll get ourselves some slime balls. I haven't had any yet since I've been building these platforms, but then I pretty much spent most of my time here, so the slimes wouldn't have been spawning. But I guess this is something we can finish off in a future episode. This thing is pretty much finished, and I found out that I actually need to do the ceiling by 1 more block going upwards, because if we go up here you can see each of these on my right hand side has 4 blocks in between them, and then this one here just has 3. So when I finish building the top platform, I can just go along and shave off an extra row of bricks off the top, and then it will be finished. But that is actually going to be it for this episode. I'm exhausted, I need a break, so as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.